Yeah, I think that's probably a good approach. We have to wait and see. What I can tell you, based on our conversations in our superintendents forums and discussions, and we've had two since the executive order came out. Um, right now, um, the state as a whole has always been in charge, as well as the local government, of funding schools. That has always been the case. It's the way it's designed. The few funds that we get from the federal level is meant to supplement some of the work, particularly to our most vulnerable kids on the IDEA as well as on the different titles. What we know is that at the moment, from what I listened to all the press conferences, uh, there is no plan to cut any of the title funding. Nothing has been said that we're going to cut specific titles. I think what was said on the national level is that the funding for those programs are going to be filtered down to the states, which means that the money may be given to the states and then the states then disperse it. The only drawback that we see from that is that it may take longer to get that money into the schools because you're going from the federal, pushing it to the state then going ahead and giving it to schools. So we may see things not happening as fast as we would like it to be, but at the moment there is no plan, as far as I know, to cut any of those title funding to our most vulnerable kids. The same thing with the school lunch program. We haven't heard anything different, but it doesn't mean it can't happen. But here's the thing about education. Here's the thing about educators, I should say, particularly public educators, is that we're resilient. And we know sometimes um, it's not always the best thing to do, but we know sometimes um, we do sometimes more with less. And it's just the nature of the job. We don't want it to be that way. And I have no doubt in my mind that we will adjust to it as educators, and we'll rise to the occasion, whatever the standards are going to be. But as a division, we are committed to use the state funding as well as the local funding that we get, which is 90+% of what we have, to fund schools. So even if we have an impact there, I still think we're going to be able to provide, because we'll adjust to it, the best education for the students in this district.